Surprise stream! Yeah! It's Kellen Nitro here for Nitro Maniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited, coming at you with a impromptu live stream with the classic Nitro Steak crew. Yes, that's right. We are all here. We got Mr. TL. How you doing, sir?
Hi, everybody.
And also joining us is the one and only Craig P. Frazier. They lost.
Is that Karrion Kross? Who is that?
This is my mighty home, given to me by that Saint Antioch, to lead me on my noble crusade.
Do you want me to tell him or should I tell him?
I think you should tell him.
Okay. Golden Knights lost 5-1, by the way.
Let's go, Oilers.
I have my headphones off.
Oh, okay. There we go. That is a badass helmet, though.
Thank you.
You know, I don't know where outside of a LARP field you would play it, but
I don't want to know. I don't want to ask.
It's only for LARP. I haven't used it yet for a game, but I will use it this year.
Yes.
I get to play my Crusader character.
Right on.
That's why I busted it out.
That's awesome stuff. So, all right. So the reason for the season here and the reason for the live stream tonight is we kind of came across a germ of an idea at the end of our last classic Nitro Steak on if you had 3 hours to showcase, I don't know, the aliens from Mars or something like that on what WWE is, and you could take any wrestler from their prime and put them in on a card, what matches would you show on this card? So welcome to Dreamcard WWE/WWF. I believe that was the majority of the rules that we came up with. Was it had to be 6 or 7 matches long, kind of maybe timing out to about the 3-hour mark, and you could use any wrestler in their WWF/WWE gimmick from any time period. So I think that's what we had, right?
Yes, but the age limit was they had to be from like nothing like from the, what did you say? Nothing from the 70s. So
from 84 on, I think is what I said. Yeah, basically.
Right.
Yeah, the birth of the modern era, as I do the air quotations here for those listening on the audio feed. But yes, the birth of the modern era. And so we've all been kind of slumped over top of paper at odd times during the last 3 or 4 weeks and kind of crunching numbers and booking people from the afterlife and current and whatever. And I think we have 3 distinct separate shows. And what I'm going to do is I will be taking notes on what each and everybody's cards look like. And at the end of the show, on my Twitter account, at Kellen Nitro, I got to find a little thing so y'all can take a look at it. Here we go. Yes, at Kellen Nitro on my Twitter account. I will have a poll up for a full week, and you guys can vote on whose cuisine will reign supreme.
Nice.
Like the Iron Chef back in the day. So
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Good reference. Good reference.
Definitely, for sure. So, since you two are my guests, I will decide who goes first to present their card by imagining a number in my head between 1 and 10, and the one closest to the number in my head will go for, or has their choice whether they want to go first or second.
5.
No.
3.
No.
9.
Dingo.
Wait,
got it.
over.
You got it. TL got it. Yeah.
What was it?
It was 8.
Oh.
So there we go.
I guess my 5 is closer.
So do you want to go first, or do you want Craig to go first and then you go second?
I want Craig to go first.
Okay. All right. Mr. Frazier, the floor is yours to present your version of whatever it is that you are presenting to, I don't know, interspecies travelers or something like that, to what WWE would be or WWF would be or whatever.
Do I have to share my screen here or no?
Can I even do that? I'm not sure.
I was just going to read mine out. But
yeah.
Okay. I'll read mine out.
Read it out. And then what I'll do is, if you hear clicking in the background, everybody, I am feverishly typing what he has.
Okay.
And feel free to jump in and we can openly debate as he rolls out the card, match by match, critique, laugh.
Well, I feel like we should let him roll the whole card out, and then me and you can critique him after he's.
Yeah, that's even better. Sure. Yeah.
So he's on the block right now.
Yeah. Okay. So you are on the block. Oh, that's the Undertaker. Oh, Undertaker.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. So Craig's card. Go ahead, Mr. Frazier, with your all-time card.
I tried to make like a good card, and I'm just not a booker, clearly. But I mean, like, I ended up trying to like work out ways that I could do matches, and I was like Scott Steiner doing math. So it was just like it did not end up going well. But I just thought, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna make a card that I would enjoy.
Right.
And I'm not trying to make the best card. I'm just gonna make a fun card for me. And I don't care what your takes are.
Good.
So, match number 1. It is a tag team turmoil match for the WWE Tag Team Championships, the unified WWE Tag Team Championships. It's a 14, 22-minute match, and it consists of the teams Legion of Doom versus the Dudley Boys versus the New Day versus British Bulldog and Owen Hart versus the Hardy Boys versus the Acolytes. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams. It was a six team tag team turmoil match. And I had the Legion of Doom winning that match in 14 minutes, which is, I imagine that match would be quick and messy and just lots of crazy bumps on the outside, some shenanigans that leads to LOD hitting their finishing move, beating the Dudley Boys is who I have. And then the Hardy Boys are probably going to do some high flying shenanigans. New Day gets some good moves in, and I really would want to see Kofi Kingston and Owen Hart in some kind of a sequence.
Right. Yeah.
I think that would be an amazing sequence between those two. Mm-hmm. So that was my first match.
There we go. Okay. Okay, so let me just double check that I got this all, because you opened up with a giant.
That is a lot of typing for him.
That's insane. So in 1422, you got the Legion of Doom. This is a tag team turmoil for the WWE/F tag team titles. Legion of Doom defeating the Dudleys, New Day, Bulldog and Owen, Acolytes, and the Hardy Boys. Correct. Okay, and that's all the teams. Okay, go ahead. Right.
And at one point, Ron Simmons goes, "Damn!" and that happens at a certain point in the match.
Probably after a comedy spot. I can envision him doing a comedy spot with Bulldog or something like that.
Yeah. Nah, Devon goes for the what's up. He missed. He lands in someone else's groin, and then Farouk would go, "Damn!"
Match number 2 on the card is an elimination chamber match for the World Heavyweight Championship. The big gold belt, which apparently they're trying to bring a new version of that back now.
Yes.
And I do.
There is, There's more details on that coming on Monday on Raw, apparently. So
okay, interesting. I like the big gold belt. I when I started watching wrestling too, they already had the big gold belt, and I thought that was the better championship than the WWE title.
Yeah, WCW belts were goated, especially
please. Only the one big gold belt, and that was Ric Flair's belt, which he took with him over to the WWF in '92.
Yeah, but the big gold belt in the late '90s was the same gold belt. Hogan just spray painted NWO on it. That's all.
I know, but I'm saying they only had the big gold belt. When he took that away, and WCW had to use their own WCW World Title, that thing looked like shit. Yeah. All the other belts look like shit.
Okay.
I like the big gold belt that like Triple H was using in the 2000s.
The one that was the World Championship on Raw back in the day was great.
Yeah, I like that belt. Yeah. Obviously, if I had my choice, if you know, when I was a kid watching wrestling, it's like, would have wanted that, like the Lesnar Angle Undertaker Biker Taker WWE Championship
the undisputed
belt, or disputed belt, or would have had the big gold belt from Triple H? I would have wanted the big gold belt myself.
Mm-hmm. I wanted the undisputed because I like the eagle look that they used to have. Give it whether it was Bret Hart, Steve Austin. Or that undisputed belt, that eagle look, that was pretty classic for WWF.
Well, we dare not speak of him in the modern vernacular, but I thought when Benoit came back to town with the big gold belt, I thought that was like the coolest looking belt too. It looked good on him, but
no shout outs for the murderer.
I know. I'm just saying.
I still think that was belt. Match 2, Elimination
match
Chamber.
2, Elimination Chamber,
Chamber
WWE
for
World
the World
Heavyweight title.
Heavyweight Championship. This is a monster mash. This is the monster mash match. I have Mankind versus Kane versus Jake the Snake Roberts versus the Fiend Bray Wyatt versus the Demon Finn Balor versus Malachi Black.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Holy crap. Okay, I gotta press pause here. I gotta make sure all these names are correct here. So you have you're calling it the Monster Mash in the Elimination Chamber for the World Heavyweight title.
Yep.
So you got
Yep.
Mankind versus Kane versus Jake
Yep.
the Snake Roberts versus
The Fiend.
Demon Finn Balor.
Yeah, the Demon Finn Balor.
Okay. Versus
Fiend Bray Wyatt.
okay. Yep.
And Malachi Black. Or you can, I guess, what was his name in WWE?
Aleister Black.
Aleister Black.
But I thought he had a cool gimmick. I thought he had this kind of like vampire kind of
Yeah,
gimmick.
Yeah,
great
it was
gimmick.
just it was the entrance that was cool. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the entrance is cool. He had some cool moves.
And I almost put, instead of Malachi Black, I almost put Karrion Kross in here, but I thought I liked Black's
Ooh,
shtick a bit better.
Oh, okay.
interesting.
So this match would have been just like smashing into the cage. This is just big man bumping meat. And
Big meaty man, yeah.
big man bumping meat.
Yeah.
But I honestly think this comes down to 3. It comes down to Mankind, it comes down to Kane, it comes down to the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. And it's a 30-minute, 20-second match. So it's just over a half hour. And it comes down to the Fiend and Mankind essentially team up to take out Kane, and the Fiend is able to get inside Mankind's already twisted head and do some crazy shit. I don't know, kind of a cool spot. Mankind goes crazy, smashes through the chamber or something like that, and the Fiend hits him with the Sister Abigail, and then he wins the title. Lights go shrieky crazy, and he disappears. I thought that was
Okay.
pretty good way to end that match.
Yeah.
I thought, because then the Fiend actually gets a good match. He doesn't get screwed out of a push. I think he comes out of the Monster Mash.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
The Fiend, Bray Wyatt gets the W in that one. Okay. I'm just putting that in here. There we go. And 30-20. Excellent. Okay. Clicking save and moving on to your whatever you got next.
Match 3 is a 5-on-5 Survivor Series match.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Jeez.
This is D-Generation X versus the NWO.
Okay.
Wow.
Team DX. So you got Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Road Dogg, and Billy Gunn with X-Pac. And their manager coming out to the ring with them is Ric Flair.
Wow.
Not China.
Okay.
A little bit of evolution because Flair, as you know, had a bit of a thing going on with NWO back in the day, right? NWO.
Right. Okay.
I thought that this is where it is. So then Team NWO, of course, you got Hollywood Hulk Hogan, you got Kevin Nash, you got Scott Hall, and I thought, who else would I put with them? I almost debated how X-Pac kind of betrayed DX and go for NWO. But that's going to happen in the match. The other guys I went with were Big Show and Mr. Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Their manager is Eric Bischoff.
Yes. Of course.
So he comes out to the ring. This is a big match. This is a smash match. It literally comes down to Michaels Hogan. And X-Pac jumps onto the ringside because, and Sean thinks he's going to help him.
Yeah.
X-Pac, betrays, low blow, Hogan leg drop, 1, 2, 3, NWO celebrate. They spray paint NWO on Shawn Michaels.
Wow. Wow.
21 minutes, 40 seconds. This is the heels win match because a lot of people are like, DX is going to win. And there's no way if that happened on WWE TV today as it happened at WrestleMania, the DX isn't going to lose NWO.
Okay. Yeah.
But I thought that would be the way that I would put it.
Right.
So this is the match where people are like, oh, fuck. Right. Because you guys all right, you got LOD win the tag titles. You got the Fiend with a big monster mash. And then this kind of pisses people off.
Yeah.
Then it leads into match 4, one of the most simpler matches on the card. It's a submission match for the United States Championship. And it is Kurt Angle versus Daniel Bryan. That's it.
Okay.
Your card is scaring the shit out of me because
I know
there are so many similarities in mine. It's unfreaking believable. It's unfreaking believable.
And there's no, and so far there's nothing that's similar to what I've got to what he has. So this is really interesting now.
Okay, so that's a 24-minute match, 11 seconds.
Okay.
The winner, after, and again, maybe an audience boo moment as well after an NWO thing. This might piss people off a little bit too much, but Kurt Angle with the ankle lock makes Daniel Bryan tap out.
Wow.
Yes,
okay.
But it leads into match 5, 6, and 7, which I have ended with the big. I mean, this is the junk food matches. These are the matches that people are going to go home and be like, at least that happened at the end. At least that happened at the end.
Okay.
So match 5 is a fatal 4-way for the WWE Universal Championship. I have multiple big time belts in here. I don't care. I was bringing them all out. For the Universal Championship, this is The Rock versus his cousin Roman Reigns.
Fucking hell.
Versus John Cena.
Fucking hell.
Versus Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Wow.
Fatal 4-way.
Wow.
This basically comes down to The Rock and Roman essentially have to either team up as family to basically get their way through it against Lesnar and Cena. Obviously, Lesnar and Cena don't like each other too much.
Yes.
There's still that animosity there. At the end of the day, Roman and Rock can't stay together because I'm using Bloodline Roman here, so he thinks so. There's
it is the goated Roman, yes, exactly.
Roman, so there's a bit of a screw job here against The Rock, but at the same time, good guy Cena can't help but being the good guy. But the attitude adjustment to Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Roman tries to hit them with the spear, Superman punch, but a rock bottom out of nowhere from his cousin, and Rock and Cena stand up. They square off. There's a reunion of their feud. Lesnar beats the shit out of The Rock. Like this is a 36-minute, 2-second match.
Okay.
With at the end of the day, The Rock hits the people's elbow on Lesnar, takes the Universal Championship home.
Okay, so The Rock gets the W in that one, and all right, excellent.
Right.
Okay.
Match number 6.
Match 6. Okay.
It is a casket match.
Don't do it.
Oh, it's happening time. No, it's happening time because it is. And if I'm gonna do it in the style of a one Mr. What's his name? Theodore Long, it is Sting versus The Undertaker.
Sorry, you cut out there. Who's versus The Undertaker here?
Sting versus
The Undertaker. Okay,
we're going Crow Sting.
He's going one-on-one with The Undertaker. Okay,
in a casket match. This is a 19-minute, 17-second. I mean, we got stinger splashes. We got old school. We got a flying Undertaker clothesline. There is absolutely a Scorpion Death Drop. There's obviously a Scorpion Death Lock. But it comes down to that damn Tombstone pile driver, and Sting just doesn't kick out. And The Undertaker rolls him in, slams the lid, and The Undertaker's victorious.
Okay. There we go.
I need to point out, none of us have seen each other's card ever.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too. We should also make that clear very early on. This is blind. You're hearing this the first time we are. Yeah.
And I am freaked out right now. There's so many goddamn similarities in Craig's and mine. I'm like, God damn it.
I'm not. I'm chilling. I'm so cool right now. So
brings us to my main event.
Yep.
It's a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. And you have the best in the world, CM Punk.
Okay.
Versus
the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. I think I said that in the wrong order.
No, you didn't.
Oh, that's correct.
Okay. Bret the Hitman Hart, and then of
Stone
course
Cold.
Stone Cold Steve Austin 316.
Oh,
Wow.
talk about a dream match. Yes.
It is a 37-minute, 50-second, almost 40 minutes of just some of the best storytelling you can get, because you have the absolute the excellence of execution, going up against CM Punk. Like, you have CM Punk almost being this underdog. There's a moment where it's just Punk and Austin, and it's literally these two anti-heroes that couldn't be more opposite in a lot of the ways that they go about things. And then of course you have Bret Hart coming back in. You have a spot with him going up against Austin, more akin to the WrestleMania 13 match. Maybe that you have that sharpshooter, but instead of Austin passing out, you have CM Punk saving the day. Bret Hart kind of turns around, sees Punk, and then they have a go at it. And you basically have, Bret Hart, who's like by the book, Mr. Rules, clean cut wrestler, versus, the Punk, CM Punk. And I'd imagine the biggest thing in this match would be the promo and all the promos that go up to this match. And Punk and Hart go at it in a segment and a couple spots that leave the crowd mesmerized. Some amazing technical wrestling. There's definitely a sharpshooter. There's definitely a go to sleep before 316 comes in, kicks Hart out, rolls him out. Somehow he goes to the outside. Punk goes to sleep on Austin. It's reversed. Kick, stunner. Oh, he got him. Punk flips around. 1, 2, 3. Stone Cold Steve Austin's your winner.
Sick. There we go. Wow.
I cannot freaking believe how many, holy shit.
So
my card has.
I got yeah. And I'm not sweating because absolutely nothing he said is matching up with mine. So I'm completely in the clear. So there we go.
What's matching up with mine are the names. Like, I think I have every single name that you have, but in the different orders and matches. It's bizarre.
Yeah, there we go. So
I think great minds think alike, Tom.
Yeah. So now we're going to switch this over on the Undertaker. And so now, Fraser, if any of this is wrong, that's scrolling across, let us know and we'll change it around. But that's what you got so far. So I guess now we start picking apart what he's got. TL, anything jump out at you right away? Or
the thing that jumps out at me right away is the opening match is overloaded. And it doesn't have enough time to do much with.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, if you've got 6 teams, where the hell are they going to stand on the outside of the ring? Are they next to each other? Are they taking either side of the ring while 2 are in the middle?
The WWE
tornado tag.
Tornado.
Oh God, tornado! That's a friggin' mini Royal Rumble.
It's a battle royal, yeah.
I was just like, I can't leave some of these tag teams off the card, so maybe that's one match where I'm like, it's the.
But
opener.
In a sense, you still did, because Edge and Christian aren't in it.
And that's one thing I wanted to put Edge in on the card, and I couldn't put Edge in there, and I don't know why. I just thought, maybe I should have put him and Christian in there over the Acolytes.
I would have,
but I don't know if that was. I was just kind of going with tag teams that I liked.
Fair.
And
you like Edge or Christian, you could have picked them now.
I was torn. One of the matches I was going to do. I ultimately, I was like, you know what? I said it might be on everybody's list, but I was going to do NWO versus DX. But I was also going to do a match where it was going to be like another Survivor Series match. I had 2 on the card. I was like, you can't do 2 Survivor Series matches on the card.
Didn't you have the Survivor Series as yours?
Exactly. So and I was like, and so I thought, but it was going to be like Team Rock versus Team Roman Reigns is what I was going to have.
Oh,
right.
And
that could be eerily relevant now. Depending on what happens later this year.
and I had Edge on Team Rock.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it again, and I was like, I don't know if I want that. I don't know. And then I looked the one that I realized, because I had that all written down, and I had my main event and I had my championship matches, and I looked and I said, oh, the Undertaker's not on my card. Screw that. I'm not gonna not have my favorite wrestler on my card. So I was like, who's he gonna fight? And then I remember, because I was like, why didn't you guys like Sting versus Triple H? You're like Sting versus Undertaker, and I was like, oh, that would have been fucking amazing. Like the two biggest spooky supernatural characters from both WCW, WWF era. I was like, yeah, Sting versus Taker. I almost did Brothers of Destruction versus Sting and Vader, but I was like, I think
that's wild.
Yeah, but I thought Sting Taker would be more speed.
And because Sting and Vader are like lifelong rivals too, so it'd be like the classic trope of can they coexist for this match, right?
But Kane and Taker have literally buried each other alive, spiked each other. Like they have an uneasy alliance too at times. So it'd been interesting. I see this moment of Kane hitting Vader with the choke, and then Vader grabs him back or something, and then I don't know, this Taker comes in, grabs him, and then Sting comes in with a woo and just jumps or something like that. I don't know, but I was like, at the end of the day, Taker Sting. I was like,
so yeah, this is a fairly solid card, but the thing that jumped out with me when you pitched it and when you have it on the card, the second match, the Elimination Chamber Monster Mash. That could be very dangerous if you have somebody in creative such as like a Vince Russo or something. Somebody along that they'll try to book it, right?
But it's not. It's Craig.
Yeah. Okay. So we're assuming that we're not bringing in like Vince Russo or Ed Ferrara.
No, the best you can bring in are agents
to
help your match.
Yeah.
And maybe writers for the promo portion.
Yeah.
But you're the booker.
Because I'm envisioning that that Dungeon of Doom or whatever they call it, steel cage thing from Halloween Havoc 91 in WCW with Abdullah in the electric chair.
That was
no. You see, this is a straight up Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
I want that moment of 98 Kane standing across, doing the head tilt against the Fiend Bray Wyatt, like looking at him. He's not even in the match yet, because I imagine the match starts off with Kane and Jake the Snake.
So you want Freddy versus Jason is what you want.
I want Freddy versus fucking Jason in this match.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want that moment of Kane, the Jason, looking through the glass, and the Fiend is just like pushing his face like close up against it, like they're about to go. And the only reason that Kane does lose to the Fiend is because Mankind's there.
Okay.
And Mankind helps take Kane down.
Yeah. Other than that, like
I don't know. I'm just imagining in my head Jake the Snake Roberts telling the story of this match later on in his life.
Yeah.
And just like
how loaded was he going to?
No, like he's prime. He's 80s prime with the Jerry curl and everything. But like him
he's
just
loaded,
having to tell the
is what
story.
you're saying.
You're like,
oh goddamn.
Yeah.
That motherfucker over there, he won't die. And I've got that motherfucker over there.
He fucking sat up and looked at me and said,
he's got fire shooting out his hands. You know that guy. He'd fucking turn the lights on by doing this and shit. I've got a demon, a Satan worshiper, a flamethrower.
And then
I've got a fucking snake, in there, man.
I also I know I almost put in Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
But
you said that, yeah.
I also thought about maybe putting in Kevin Sullivan when he was doing his.
I think Kevin Sullivan should do something on the outside in this thing, like maybe a distraction, like the one alliance he would have in the past would be with Mick Foley, because Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan had a feud, not in WWF but in WCW. But that could be something that I think that he would send Mankind into one of those classic fits where he sits in the corner, starts rocking, starts ripping out hair or something like that. Yeah. While Sullivan's ranting about the cosmic cookie on the outside or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's ultimately like when it comes down to Fiend and Mankind, and like there's that moment where people are like, oh shit. Because it's like, Kane, that seems to be maybe that obvious like foil against the Fiend, but now you have two very like, can the Fiend already go and like make someone lose it who's already crazy? It's like, yes, he does. And so I love that. This makes the Fiend look like a very scary heel, and he has the belt. So
all right. Well, hey, there we go. So Yep, it's scrolling across the bottom, folks. And like I said, this will be up on my Twitter after this live stream at Kellen Nitro, and you guys can vote on again which card you would think would be the ultimate all-time card here as we again decide who would be the best booker in this situation going forward, or whatever. So, all right, TL. Since you won the toss between the two guests and that stuff, you will now go and present your card here on the program. And I'm just going to switch over to that. There we go.
Now, one thing I'm going to point out is, you know what? As Frazier pointed out here, a lot of good matches hit the cutting floor because you just couldn't sneak them in.
That's with everybody's, yes.
Yeah,
even mine.
So there would be some mega dark matches or some matches that only you would like that nobody else would, but they
Coliseum video exclusives.
Yeah, but those would end up on the cutting floor for certain reasons. Like, I'll tell you right now, I couldn't squeeze Eddie Guerrero into my card. And I wanted to. And I couldn't.
He's another guy I had to leave off, Eddie Guerrero.
See, I did, but...
And again, his match, you know what my match would have been for him?
Okay.
Alberto Del Rio.
Okay.
The gangster versus the aristocrat?
Yeah.
The Mexican gangster, that would have been money. But I couldn't put that one in there. I just didn't have time for it. I was like, I looked at my other matches. I'm like, nah, I can't. There's no time for this.
The only other thing that would have made that match better is like if Rey Mysterio was in it and then halfway through La Parka ran down and did the dance.
Oh, for God's sake. Well, shit.
Or do an air guitar or whatever.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I had thought of a match where it would be like Eddie and Ray versus Tiger Mask and Steamboat.
Wow.
But I mean, like, that hit the cutting floor.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't put that in there knowing that I don't have a tag team championship match in my card.
Imagine telling Sayama, of all people, yeah, we don't have room for you on the card.
Sorry.
Sorry, dude.
But here
Sayama
we go. Here's
Tiger Mask, so there we go.
Here's what I do have. Here's what we did.
Yeah.
To open the show, 20 minutes I'll give them. For the IC title, Intercontinental Championship, Owen Hart takes on Chris Jericho.
Hart versus...
Just the look of crazy face, like, wow, that's an opener.
That's a good
it is.
And that's 20 minutes even, you said, eh? Okay.
Yeah, I give all of mine pretty roundish numbers, like no to the second. And I didn't like have mine as detailed as Craig, where like I didn't even pick winners. I just want to see these names on the card and see what they would do in the ring, type of thing.
Okay, yeah.
If I needed to pick a winner, I would have given it to Owen.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll pick winners.
He's got. I think Owen's heelish tendencies are and were a lot better than Jericho's, to be honest.
That's not true because this Jericho is not Y2J. He's the suit with the thesaurus.
So 2008 return Jericho, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
I thought you were going to Lionheart, maybe.
I thought about it, but I mean, like, he would have tag teamed with Owen.
Yeah.
So save us Y2J, Chris Jericho is what you got.
Pretty much. Like, I think that was the best of his career.
Right.
His promos, his in-ring, it finally all came together. That guy versus Owen, I mean, any version of Jericho versus Owen would have been great. Okay, so number 2. This is a fatal 4-way match. It is for the big gold belt. It is Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, King Harley Race, Terry Funk, ladder match for the big gold belt.
Hang on.
Harley Race in a ladder match?
Yeah, buddy.
That's a little outside the box.
You're damn right. I'm like, some of these guys, this is going to be out the box. And some of them, like, they were just made to mash people up. And so this would be the perfect opportunity. Fatal 4-way, give them a ladder, go for the big gold belt. You're all NWA, WCW monsters, like head of the card guys.
Well, Funk's doing a moonsault. You know that.
Oh, yeah. Funk's doing a moonsault with the ladder.
Off the top of the ladder. A classic
Dusty's going to do
spot.
some electric. You don't know what, but he's going to do something electric.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you realize half that match is just going to be Funk and Rhodes yelling at each other because that's what they did in their match.
Yeah, and Harley Race will shut them up and like knock one of their eyes out.
Basically. What's the runtime on that one? Yeah,
that's a 30-minute match.
That's a 30. Okay.
I think
Who are you getting the dub to on that?
Yeah,
one?
who am I giving the dub to? I really should have thought of that.
I
I'll give it to Terry Funk.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All his old man craziness and perseverance is going to pay off for once.
I will hold my comments to the end. Then. All right.
Forever. Forever.
It's amazing. All of them worked for WWF at some point in the 80s.
They did.
And this is where they all come together to go for the big gold belt.
I mean, hell, 3 out of 4 of them ran developmentals for WWF.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next match. And this is where the similarities come in.
Mhm.
The Outsiders, Nash and Razor Ramon,
Mhm.
take on Triple H and HBK DX.
Wow.
So that's where that similarity comes in. There is a run-in by Sean Waltman, who doesn't know whether he's, X-Pac or 6.
Yeah.
He will end up doing the Paul Heyman trick where he throws the sledgehammer in the middle of the ring where both teams have an opportunity to go for it when the ref is down.
Oh.
And we'll see where that goes. Now, this version of the Outsiders will be... This is going to be a little interesting, but it's actually Diesel and Razor Ramon.
Hey,
The actual Diesel and Razor Ramon, not the fake
Yes,
Diesel.
the
Okay.
real ones. So it's not the Outsiders that came back in 2002 when Nash couldn't hold his muscle onto the bone anymore.
Right. Yeah.
And this version of DX is going to be the 2006 when they're both established and champions.
Yeah.
So Triple H isn't so much a liability as now he's a major factor.
When they were doing probably some of the best comedic stuff ever on Monday Night Raw in 2006. Like I'll stand next to that run forever. Like that is entertaining TV to this day. It's hilarious.
Yep. And that's who's going to be on that card with the big entrance and everything. That one goes 20 minutes.
Yep.
The win goes to DX. But they all do the curtain call one more time at the end.
Love it. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Call.
Yep. Awesome.
Let me know when you're ready because you're the one typing.
Yeah, I am caught up now. So, yeah, to recap, this is what I have for your card so far. So, WWE Intercontinental title, you have Owen Hart over Chris Jericho in 20 minutes-ish.
Yep.
You have the WWE World Heavyweight title ladder match 4-way with Dusty Rhodes, Nature Boy Ric Flair, the King Harley Race, and Terry Funk. And you got the Funker taking the win in 30 minutes-ish.
Yep.
And this most recent one is you have the Outsiders, the actual Diesel and Razor Ramon versus the 06 iteration of D-Generation X. So Triple H and Shawn Michaels. And that group gets the win in 20, but you're also going to throw the 1-2-3 Kid or X-Pac, 6-Pac, whatever, Waltman in there as well.
Yeah, it could be 6, could be X-Pac.
That's part of the question.
Yeah,
he just comes to ringside and okay.
Yeah, and you don't know who he's going for.
Yeah. All right. Continue.
Next match.
Yes.
30 minutes for the U.S. title. Leader of the Hart Foundation 97, Bret Hart.
Yep.
Versus the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle.
Oh, that would have been such a better match.
And it is a dream match. Yes. A lot of people have debated that match, who would win that one in the past as well. So how you see it going down, Mr. Booker TL?
Bret Hart gets it by sharpshooter.
Okay. And how long do they go?
That was a 30-minute.
That's a 30-minute. Okay. Yep.
That's a classic. That might be.
That's your 5-star match of the night, probably. Yes.
That probably would beat Bulldog Hart at Wembley.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
You got your drink in? You ready to go?
Go for it.
Next match, it's more of an attraction than anything, but 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I got a shorty on here.
Yeah.
This is Brock Lesnar versus Andre the Giant.
I love it. So, all right. With Andre, which iteration are you going to use for this one? Are you using the Andre that was, WrestleMania 1, WrestleMania 2, smiling baby face with the wacky hair sometimes and whatever?
Yeah, I want the flowy locks. I want him to be athletic. I want him to be the Andre the Giant that can work.
Right. Okay.
I don't want injured. I don't have a back anymore. Andre the Giant, where he can't move, because he's taking an F5 in this.
Clovis. That is amazing. The visual. of that.
Don't pick me up yet.
Oh, not only does he take the F5, they break the ring.
So no contest finish.
Pretty much. In a sense, it's a win for Brock because it's can
Yeah.
you even lift him? And he gets him up for an F5 and does it, and the ring implodes? Shit.
Which iteration of Brock are we going with? Like next big thing, Brock? Or are we coming with I can't do UFC anymore, Brock?
The Brock Lesnar that finished off the Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Oh, so Suplex City Brock. Okay.
Suplex City Brock.
Yeah. So 2014, 2015, basically unstoppable
pretty much.
juggernaut. Yeah. The
All
only
right.
thing that stopped him was a suspension on Monday Night Raw after Mania, the night after he lost the title too. So the only thing that stopped him was paperwork. So
Yeah.
basically. So
All right. Ready for the next one?
yes.
This goes 30 minutes. This is for the World WWF title. This is the big one. It's not the main event, but it is the big singles
Yeah,
match.
it's the big title. Yes.
And it is Sting versus The Undertaker. One fall. No gimmick.
Right. Okay.
Oh wow.
This goes the same way that like Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker put it on at 25.
Mhm.
WrestleMania 25. This is
Yep.
that match. Sting and The Undertaker. They get 30 minutes to put
Mhm.
on the classic. They go for it.
Mm. Okay.
I'll put The Undertaker over. He'll win.
Good. Put him over. Sure.
And it is, of course, Crow Sting versus The Undertaker. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's be real here,
Exactly.
damn it.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
gonna-
I should have asked you guys. Do you guys have are you guys utilizing Paul Bearer at all in your Undertaker matches?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he's there. He's there.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
And I might be going with like the version of the Undertaker is like the Phenom that came back. I'm thinking like 2008 Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Gotcha. Yep.
All right.
All right.
Now, before we get to our main event, we do have a little bit of a promo segment here.
Okay.
This will still go to my runtime, and when you add it all up, it'll be like a 3-hour pay-per-view.
Right.
But, and here's the freaky part. This is a 15-minute segment of Piper's Pit,
Okay.
and it features Jake the Snake Roberts and Bray Wyatt.
Interesting.
And there really was supposed to be a run-in with Kane and the Demon Finn Balor.
What? That's
Yeah. That's when you said that match. I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
that just turns into a 15-minute Piper's Pit kind of segment, but you've made it into an Elimination Chamber match. And that's
So
nuts.
so basically, there's a couple times during this card that you've booked his pre-show or his lead-in, I guess.
Yeah.
To his
I mean, we
pay-per-view.
both had a version of DX and NWO. We
Yeah.
both had Sting and Undertaker,
Yeah.
and we both had this like monstery thing going on.
Kellen's dead.
I felt.
Where's he going to respond?
I don't know. It fell. There we go. Ish. There we go.
Respawn is the word I'm looking for. Anyways,
Yeah.
so we're good to go here. You got the Piper's Pit part?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Here's the main event.
Okay, it's main event time.
This took a lot of finagling to get it in,
Mhm.
but here's what we're going to do.
Yes.
Team versus team. Here's team one.
Okay.
Roman Reigns, The Rock, Pedro Morales.
Who?
Pedro Morales is the second longest running WWF heavyweight champion of all time.
Yes, it's a curious choice, but I'll save my comment for the end. Yes.
It's a curious choice because he still worked in the 80s for WWF.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm throwing him in there. Macho Man Randy Savage and CM Punk. So that's team number one.
Yep.
Team number two, their opponents.
Yeah.
John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Hulk Hogan, Bruno Sammartino, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. 5-on-5. War Games.
A war
Hang
game.
on. I gotta go back to the top of the thing with that.
I almost did a War Games match, actually.
I thought about it myself, but I'm like, that's too WCW for me. So I'm like,
Well, I'm doing it here just because I'm like, if I'm going to have a 5-on-5 match to close it out, and I have the biggest draws of all time in my match,
right.
with every single person there, I'm doing War Games, man.
Mm-hmm. And which side gets the win here?
The one with Stone Cold.
Okay, so the face side, basically.
Yeah, exactly. The face side.
Yeah. And what's the runtime?
That's a 40-minute.
Yeah.
The 40 minutes does include intros and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe like 35-minute match, and wow.
Up to them.
It's up to them. 37 or 20. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Cool. Okay. I'll start picking it apart here, but I'm gonna
Go ahead.
There we go. And again, everybody who's watching this and that stuff, go to my Twitter right now, and you can basically vote on whose cuisine is reigning supreme with this. And
yep,
there we go. So that's it. The thing with Pedro in the War Games is, I know he's got a top 5 WWF title run. Mm-hmm. The issue I have with that is it is sort of before the modern era.
He still worked all the way up in the 80s too.
I know, but by the mid 80s I think he leaves in 86, 87, something like that.
Yeah,
he's a shell of his former self. He is doing basically job duties on WWF TV.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I had to Paul Heyman this a little bit,
mm-hmm.
where I'm taking someone who was available in the 80s, but I'm going to use their prime years.
He feels kind of like a somebody that would have been like a substitution for somebody, though.
Well, no, how I have it divided up is Rock is on one team, Stone Cold's on the other team.
Yes, of course.
Pedro's on one team, San Martino's on the other team.
Okay.
Hogan's on one team, Macho Man's on the other team.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Bryan's on one team, CM Punk's on the other team.
Right.
Roman's on one team, Cena's on the other team.
Okay.
So I basically have your main eventers.
It's the landmark world title feuds basically kind of clashing in that. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See that for sure.
If it really bothers you that much, you can remove Pedro and San Martino out and just have it as a 4-on-4.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. Exactly.
If that makes you feel better.
Who starts in that? If you go 5-on-5, do you start with Pedro and Bruno? I guess so.
Yes, you do.
Because they're your two longest working. They can work the brawling old school. This is an actual
with 2 rings
style.
and a giant cage. Hell yeah! You kidding me? Shit.
Yes. Brock Lesnar versus Andre the Giant in a no contest where the ring breaks.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of have a feeling Michael Cole and Taz would be calling that one.
You'd think so, but it's not. Hell, my dream announcing team on this one is going to be JR and Heenan.
Oh, okay, so it'll be JR and Heenan. For purpose of completionism, Craig, who do you have announcing your card?
JR and King.
JR and King?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to take the JR and King thing from there. Okay. All right. So,
Craig, any critiques you'd like to go over?
I want to see like Andre with no knees going up against Goldberg.
Brock is way better than Goldberg. Come on.
No, because Goldberg would be like, I'm actually going to try and wrestle Andre, and he's going to try and spear him, and he's going to hurt himself in the process of spearing Andre. And Andre's
going to go up now.
And then he's going to Big John stud him. He's going to like pound him in the face, and Goldberg's going to actually. And then Goldberg's going to get a severe concussion, and then he'll have to retire because he get hit in the head.
Just like,
and Bret Hart will be backstage, just like, yes. That's how it feels.
Okay, so we're assuming that everybody has full memory of everything that's ever happened to them in the wrestling business going into their respective cards too.
Okay, this is the you've died and gone to heaven. You can make whatever you want. Yeah. Okay, well then, Craig, I'll raise you this then. Okay. How about Brock and Goldberg takes on Big Show and Andre?
That
Giant and the Giant versus Muscle and the Muscle.
Versus 2 of probably the most powerhouse wrestlers. I almost put Andre in a triple threat with Big Show and Braun Strowman, just because they were jacked up, and might have put maybe throw Bruiser Brody in there for the Fatal 4-Way.
Mm-hmm.
But
see, now I was on your exact same wavelength. I'm like, do I want to do like the Giant, Big Show against Andre the Giant?
Yeah,
and
the only other issue I would have with bringing Brody in is he didn't appear in the WWF iteration of the WWF. He appeared in the WWF, so he was prior to the 84 cutoff. So
damn, he wouldn't have made the cut. Okay,
he wouldn't have made the cut. Yeah,
maybe you could have put Giant Gonzalez.
Oh Lord,
the great Khali. The great
Khali.
No.
Bad knees Andre versus bad knees Khali.
Oh Lord.
Just both of them kind of like straight legged it across the ring. Just
this match will be under Greco-Roman rules.
This match scheduled for whoever doesn't pass out first.
Yeah. But on that wavelength, I'm like, Giant versus Giant. I thought about that. I'm like, I really don't want to see that match. I'm like, it's too slow. So I'm like, who the hell could I put Andre up against? I'm like, Brock. And the ultimate weight challenge for him.
Yeah, Brock picked you think Hogan gets a pop for picking up and slamming Andre. I think for on his shoulders, because you also have to think, like, when you watch the Hogan slam, Andre basically does a cartwheel and Hogan kind of guides him down. And even then he like blew out his discs in his back doing that.
Yeah.
So Brock actually fucking shouldering him and doing a spin, like maybe Mark Henry. Maybe because Mark Henry is fucking strong.
He's
and like
the actual strongest man.
Yeah, you could throw Henry in there. I don't know. One of the things with Giant versus Giant is you make one Giant look kind of like an idiot after. Like he kind of looks like whoever loses kind of looks like a punk. Like if Big Show loses, now well he's not the best Giant.
Exactly.
And I think the thing about Giants though is that it's so much more compelling when you have David take down Goliath, not a Goliath taking down Goliath.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have that Daniel Bryan moment, almost Daniel Bryan versus Andre the Giant, because there's that moment where like Andre's throwing him around, and then there's just that moment where Bryan's in the corner just yes. Yeah, just the running knee hits Andre goes down.
I think a better spot would be he gets the fight back going and that stuff, and he goes in the corner and starts getting the yes, and the crowd's going and that stuff. He's like, and everyone and Cole or whoever is on the call is going, he's gonna do it. David's gonna slide Goliath, and he goes for the psycho knee, and Andre just levels back and just smokes him a minute. Just boom.
Well, it's
and Cole cocks him.
That's just the believability
just stands right in the middle and boom.
The believability goes out the window though. It's the size difference is too much.
Yeah.
That's why I had it as Brock and Andre.
Yeah.
Brock, but that's the thing. Brock picking up Big Show, you can believe that, like, you're like, or sorry, Andre, God. But yeah, Brock picking up Andre, that's one of those things where it's like, you know how strong Brock is. You're like, can he do it?
Yeah.
Like, and then if he actually does it, you're like, he fucking did it.
Does Andre go to Suplex City, or is Andre a city onto himself? That's the question. Yes.
Yeah.
So a few regrets is I couldn't get Eddie Guerrero into this card.
Yes.
I couldn't get Rey Mysterio into this card.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get Edge into this card.
Yeah.
I don't have a World Tag Team title match on this card. But it's just like personal favorites like RVD, I couldn't fit into this.
Yes.
I wanted a match between like Steamboat and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
But like I just couldn't fit it in there when I compared it to everything else on the list.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what happened.
Yeah. I almost got rid of my tag match and opened with a triple threat ladder for the IC title with Razor Ramon, Edge, and Rob Van Dam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Like there's certain like favorites that pop out at you, and then you look over your list and like that just doesn't work. And that's just the hard part of making like these kind of 7 all-time match cards. You have to leave off some of your favorites sometimes.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the one problem. Is just like only 7 matches. It's like I can't get even 10 matches. I might miss somebody. So
yeah, because it just doesn't work or it just doesn't follow with the card. By the way, I was gonna say your card, Craig, is very it's very appropriate to the time of when you watch wrestling, because there's that
That's
one
right.
WrestleMania where it had no singles matches,
Yeah.
or it had maybe one, and yours was the same
I'm trying to
thing.
remember that. Yeah. Hang on. Was that 13 had 2 at least, because you
It
had
was either 17 or 18 or 16, somewhere in there.
maybe 16. Yeah, because 16 had the 4-way main event. Hang
Or
on,
16 was called 2000, wasn't it?
I have WrestleMania 2000. I have the WrestleMania Wikipedia open. I can look at that right now and get that.
That'll take too long. All I know is in that time frame that you started watching wrestling, one of the WrestleManias really reflected what your card looks like, because there is no singles matches. They really wanted to load the card with get everybody some screen time and only leave the single matches to the only, like, you have to be super important. Because even like my main event, your main event, we don't have singles matches, but we both have Sting and Undertaker.
Yeah, I think that's our only singles matches.
Oh no, I've got a bunch in mind, but I'm saying yours is very appropriate to the time of when you watch wrestling.
Yeah.
It was 16 or /2000 where there was only one singles match. Care to guess who was the singles match at WrestleMania 2000?
Was it a women's match?
It was a women's match.
Oh, was that Trish versus Ivory?
It was not.
Oh,
Who the hell is it?
It was a cat fight with Val Venus as a special guest referee, Terry Runnels defeating the cat in 2 minutes and 24 seconds.
So that's Goldust's wife, ex-wife, versus Jerry the King Lawler's
ex-wife.
ex-wife.
Everything else was multi-man matches on
Exactly.
that card. Yeah.
There you go. All right, Mr. Nitro, Mr. the host with the mostest. Let's hear this card.
That's right. I guess it is time once again for everybody to come aboard the well, never mind. So this dream card concept to me is very interesting, because you could look at it. I'm looking at it as from like a production standpoint too, and everything like that. And do you go, retro for one night to appease your longtime fans, or do you just showcase the best of what you have right now, or whatever with the production wide? So I actually have notes on the venue I wanted on and the commentating team that I got. So I spent a lot of time on it. So all right. So live from Madison Square Garden in New York City, it is Ultimate WrestleMania.
Okay.
So our opening contest.
No.
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 I was just gonna say, Ty.
Okay.
Ty and I may quickly. Ty, do you have a venue in mind? I had one pop into my head.
Oh, yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, I was going to interrupt him and say, if it's Ultimate WrestleMania, who's singing the anthem?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay, while we do our thing, you think about that.
I'll think about somebody to sing the anthem.
Okay, so where's your venue, Craig?
Rose Bowl.
Ooh, Pasadena, California. Shit. That's not bad. That'd be kind of cool.
And
you could do like a parade beforehand too, and they would jump up on have like floats with the wrestlers on them and that stuff and everything. That'd be
the national anthem will be sang by Michael Bolton.
Oh, my God.
That's like saying the national anthem is going to be performed by John Tesh.
The Jets fly over. He's singing at such a register that the Jets like fall out of the sky and crash.
Oh my God.
Go ahead,
Tom. So my venue is going to be, oh my God. I'm torn between two. One because I'm a homer, but the other one because it makes more sense. Hell, I'll do the one that makes more sense. It'll be Dallas, Texas Stadium.
Okay. The old Texas Stadium that the Von Erichs ran, or the new current Texas Stadium?
The new current one, the multi-billion-dollar, the best of the best.
Jerry's World, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. The biggest screen, the plushiest seats, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Dallas, Texas, hotbed for wrestling. Most of the wrestlers come from there anyways. Yeah, we're doing Dallas, Texas Stadium.
So I'm the only one running a traditional arena by
with the card I'm putting up, you better be paying your money for like $70,000 in this thing.
But it's the mecca of seeing wrestling. Like, I mean, when I went to go see the Super Card of Honor in that building, I felt like I was walking into the Vatican or something like
Yeah, but
that.
you-
Like, it's like,
At the end of the day, you realize, man, it's the same shit that the Rangers play in.
"Bleh."
You know what I mean?
I mean,
Have you seen MSG, Ty? Have you been?
No, never in real life. No.
I
It's-
was there too. I didn't go in MSG, but when I was there in high school, we did our New York trip, and like walking up and seeing it, you're like, damn, that's Madison Square Garden.
yeah.
Like, it's impressive.
It's actually, you walk in there and that stuff, and they've, especially after the most recent renovations they did in there, it's clean. Like, it's one of the few buildings in New York that is like spotless on the inside of it. The outside of it, yeah, it's about as dingy looking as, you know, we're all based in the Edmonton area. It's
but
like,
the thing
you know,
is,
the Coliseum basically, but
right, but I mean, is MSG is not about the inside nor the outside. It's the fact that it's been around so long that the biggest names in every facet of entertainment have performed in that arena.
That's right. Yes. That's
But
why I'm
even-
thinking it has the facilities to accommodate my card. That's why.
But even with MSG, like, I mean, I'm not really a big baseball guy, and I like the Blue Jays, but like, we went to the Bronx, and I walked by Yankee Stadium, and I was like, that's impressive. That's Yankee Stadium. So
Funny enough, and so between the Sky Dome and Expos Arena was the other thing I was thinking of because I want the Montreal crowd.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Expos Arena is a shithole, and Sky Dome is just full of pretentious, you know, you people, Toronto's.
I'm bringing 1980s Vince McMahon out as after the title crawl to do his whole welcome to Ultimate WrestleMania and get the crowd going bit and everything like he did at the, you know, WrestleMania free a little bit and that stuff. And he'll throw to singing America the Beautiful because it is Ultimate WrestleMania. You
Right.
don't sing the national anthem at WrestleMania.
Right,
You sing
America
America the Beautiful, a duet between the two greatest singers to have ever sang America the Beautiful of all time, Aretha Franklin and Ray Charles.
Oh, nice.
ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked that.
I would just tell the wrestlers to stay back. Like,
Yeah.
just to have a concert.
Just have them do a show. Yeah, exactly. For
Georgia
sure.
on my mind, you know.
Yeah, yeah. You know, 20 minutes of gospel or whatever. And then it's all good. Yeah. And then we'll get into our opening contest.
There we go.
Running a 13 minutes and 18 seconds.
Y'all
Will
got real
be
specific.
what I consider one of the greatest, well, WrestleMania openers of all time. Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio.
Wow.
Yep, the two guys I left off, you got them as the opener.
WrestleMania 21, I thought that was one of the best ways to open a pay-per-view ever.
Which Ray, which Eddie? Are we talking Latino heat with the mullet? Or are we talking like the prime where he's riding a lowrider to the ring? Eddie?
I'm talking prime
That's
low rider, just fresh off of the WWE Championship run, like so 04, 05 Eddie, and the same era for Ray. I'm going to take both of them out of, you know, the builds for WrestleMania 21, but I'm going to make some tweaks to the build for that. That, you know, it starts off as a respect thing, and towards the end of the match, Eddie, with his penchant of lying, cheating, and stealing, is going to lie, cheat, and steal the victory over Ray, but in a supreme heelish fashion, he's going to rip Ray's mask off on a West Coast pop attempt.
Okay.
Into a small package, and he rips the mask off. And
Okay.
so Ray's covering his, oh my God, you know, and they get the 1-2 free. So Eddie's going to win the. Did I just undo myself? I did. Damn it. So Eddie's going to win the first contest. And I apologize, folks, as I'm trying to do two jobs at the same time, but
Yes, you
we'll
are.
eventually get this out at the whole deal. But yeah, it's going to be because these guys, they opened a lot. My justification is these guys opened, or if they didn't open, they were close to the top of that Halloween Havoc 1997 card, and they stole the show over in WCW. And again, this was one of the best openers of all time. So I'm basically going to say, yo, run it back. But here's our little change that we're going to do on the finish where, you know, yeah, it's been a respect storyline and that stuff, and you play off the relationship and that stuff. But Eddie's going to lie, cheat, and steal for the victory, and he's taking the mask.
That's a good finish.
Yeah.
Good finish. So, I like
so we
that.
do that. So Then we go into a video package that kind of outlines the first encounter of our, second contest of the night and that stuff way back in 1997 in the inaugural WWF European Championship match. I'm running this one back as well. I'm doing Owen Hart versus the British Bulldog.
Wow. Yeah.
This one's going to go 9 minutes or so. And I'm going to have Owen take the victory to even it up 1-1.
Okay.
Good finish.
Yep. So WWE Euro Champion.
Which version of the Bulldog is this? When they're both in a tag team?
I'm taking both. I'm taking both out of 97, but
Heart Foundation.
Yeah. So just prior to the Heart Foundation, this is the aftermath of. This is like the week. This is. I'm envisioning. This is what happens if Brett doesn't come to them the week after on Monday Night Raw and gets them to reconcile.
Man, just put him as the Heart Foundation.
This is the British Bulldog smoking crack era.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I say just put him as Heart Foundation because at that time, like, the Rocket Owen Hart becomes the King of Hearts with the Slammy Award winning, and he's in sync with the Heart Foundation, and Bulldog is at the top of his game-ish.
I'm also going to do a little bit of a storyline with this one as well.
God damn.
He's going to walk out after they do the quick video thing. There's going to be a 30-second interview in the back with Owen, but they're looking for Owen in the back. Like, they can't find him. And all of a sudden he's late and he's like, I'm sorry. And his arm's in a sling. And it's like, okay, how come your arm's in a sling? It's like, I'm a fighter. It's this New York traffic. I was trying to dodge cars, to get over to MSG and that stuff. And this car just came out of nowhere and it hit me and I'm fine. But the doctors say my arm could be broken and that stuff. But I have this cast on my arm and they've cleared me for tonight to wrestle with this cast. Right. And so it's the classic wrestling trope. He's going to use the loaded cast to smoke the Bulldog and get the 1-2 free count for the finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I know I have 2 heel finishes and 2 real.
You have 2 heel finishes to open the show, and I'm like,
started.
I'm immediately in my New York mindset, like, man, that's bullshit.
I at least gave the people some candy before I pissed them off.
Right.
Yes. All right. So our next contest is for the WWE Tag Team Championships. It is going to be, and this will be specified as an exclusive, to make this thing as big as possible. This card is huge as possible because it's Ultimate WrestleMania. It's got to be. The last time ever in WWE/WWF history that this stipulation will be used in a match, because WWE officials have deemed this contest to be too violent, too dangerous, too extreme. Easy. Basically. This is TLC Endgame.
Nice.
Ooh.
Where we bring out the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian.
There you go.
Versus the Dudleys.
Versus the Dudleys. Yes.
Versus a team that came along a couple of years later that I thought could probably hang with these guys. Eminem.
Oh, God.
I don't know about that. I mean, I like John Morrison, but I mean, I don't know.
Absolutely not.
Oh, did I hit a limit on this? Okay, maybe I did. But anyway, I got my card on the screen here. My little ticker, there's a character limit, I guess. I just found this out, and I can't do that. All right, so you will not be seeing my things on the ticker, but you'll see mine's on Twitter. So there we go. But anyways, so this is going to be, like I said, the last time ever that this stipulation will be used in a WWE match anywhere to kind of create the draw to this match. And Eminem basically, there was that ladder match in late 2006.
The Armageddon one where, what's his face blew his nose up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before that happened, they were hanging pretty good with the Hardys. So He just screwed up on a spot and ended up smashing his face all in. Joey Matthews.
Boo!
So, yeah, I think there could also be some play on the outside during this thing with, I'll have it go about 24 minutes I have written down here. And I think there'll be some play on the outside between Lita and Melina. I think that could definitely be, something where they get into like maybe a little dust up or something on the outside, and Lita snaps off a Hurricane Rana to the delight of the crowd and everything. And we'll go ahead with, a huge giant swanton Jeff Hardy-ish type wacko spot from one of the balconies of MSG onto some tables that wipes out the Dudleys, and Matt gets wiped out earlier on and everything, leaving basically Edge and Christian and M&M to battle it out. And I am going to have Morrison or Nitro, in this case Johnny Nitro, just fingertips away from the tag team titles, and Edge comes off on the other side and spears Nitro down, allowing Christian just to hop up, grab the titles to the roar of the crowd, and Edge and Christian under face form win the WWF tag team titles in 24 minutes.
Again.
Mm-hmm. Again.
All right.
Yes. Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
Because all these teams won the tag team titles at one variation or the other. So
yeah.
Yep. So there we go. Next contest is just going to be a straight ahead one-on-one contest. And I'm bringing it back for the hot New York crowd this time to see if the reaction changes. It will be CM Punk versus John Cena. One-on-one. Straight ahead, classic. I think these guys could potentially put on a match of the night type encounter. That's what I'm counting on, at least. I'm going to give them... What's that?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to give them about... I got on my format here 25. I think they could do it in 20. Yeah, 20 solid minutes of wrestling action between John Cena, CM Punk. I think Punk goes for the go to sleep, and Cena reverses it, hits the attitude adjustment, and gets the 1-2 free count. And I want crowd reaction either way. I want a reaction from the crowd. If they cheer Cena, that's great. If they boo Cena, that's great because it's the New York crowd. If they boo CM Punk, that's great because that's the New York crowd.
Why the hell would they boo CM Punk? They're in
Chicago versus New York rivalry.
No, but MSG is going to cheer CM Punk and boo the shit out of John Cena.
I was going to say, I think they hate Cena more than they hate
Okay, well, great. That's the reaction I want. that's the reaction
You're
I want to get out of this.
You're such a heel promoter. Holy shit, dude.
So, but that's going to be my 5-star, record getter for the card, I think. I think that just let them guys just go all out and see what happens, because that was something that, when they were really hot and that feud was really hot years ago, I really wanted to see them just uncork on a pay-per-view, and we got really close to that with the Money in the Bank match, but I think the situation around Punk kind of clouded that a little bit, where everyone was like, okay, obviously
they had a
he's
banger
losing.
On Raw like 3 weeks later.
They did. Yeah.
That was a great match.
Yeah.
Between CM Punk and John Cena.
Yep. Yeah.
So we did get that match.
Yeah, eventually, but it wasn't under the guise of a huge build towards a pay-per-view,
They did for SummerSlam.
They did, but there was still a lot of gimmickry with the build with that. Like
the gimmickry came at the end with the cash-in of the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Of whoever that was. That Del Rio?
It had to have been. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. No, Sandow. That was your
Not
Sandow.
Sandow.
That was your Sandow one.
Sandow.
So legit. That's your Damian Sandow won the Money in the Bank in 2011.
At SummerSlam? No chance.
No, he didn't cash in at SummerSlam, but he won Money in the Bank that year.
Okay, no. But I'm saying some Money in the Bank winner.
Yeah.
And I think it was Del Rio who came out at the end of SummerSlam and pinned one of them after the match was over between Cena and CM Punk.
Yeah, see, I
Anyways, go ahead next.
But anyway, there we go. All right, next stipulation. I've loaded a super card up with stipulations all over the place because it's you're showcasing it to, beings or entities that have never watched WWE before, and this is what it is. I want just complete lunacy just to blow their minds. So, it is a loser leaves a WWE/WWF street fight, or New York City street fight, as they are known to call it in whatever city. It's a trope, whatever. Hulk Hogan versus Roddy Piper. Okay.
Street fight.
I want all the cartoon 80s BS in this thing. I want because it is just it's what was the genesis for WWF. It was what the genesis for WrestleMania was. It was, you name it.
In their prime in the 80s of WWF, they did not get a straight one-on-one match. We were robbed of that. Mm-hmm. So to have it here is good.
Yeah.
But you have it as a street fight. So who are the run-ins?
Tons.
Oh, fucking hell.
So this one will go about 22-ish. Yeah, I'll stick with that time for now. Yeah, 22-ish on the pay-per-view. And it is going to be, well,
what are you laughing at?
So I think they just do a brawl throughout ringside and in and around the ring for maybe the first 8 or 9 minutes of it. Okay. And then all of a sudden, a massive shadowy figure emerges from the crowd, hops over top of the rail, hops into the ring and that stuff, and has like a giant, like maybe like a 6 or 7 XL hoodie on, and he rolls it back, and it reveals to be, well, longtime fans know it as the Machine Mask. Wait a second, we haven't seen the Machines since 1986, and one of them was Demolition Axe, which means the other one is, oh no. And he rips off the mask, and it's Andre the Giant. And the fans know the history of Andre the Giant.
Get the fuck out of here.
Between him
Andre the Giant is chopping the rail in a
hoodie. The fans know. The fans know the history.
That was a 6XL in real life, and it fits him like skin tight. You go get a baggie and a hoodie for Andre the Giant to hide in the crowd?
No, I'm not. He's not hiding in the crowd. He's walking through the crowd and jumps the rail and comes
Andre the Giant jumps over the rail in a Glad garbage bag.
So it's a classic. Oh, which side is he on? Is he going to side with Hogan, his longtime friend, or is he going to side with Piper, who is a longtime enemy and just antagonist of him and that stuff and everything? Well, bottom line is he slugs Hogan in the face and does the whole trapezius does the trapezius swing where he grabs Hogan's neck and basically chokes him down to the ground. And this is my show is going to have different commentators on it for each match, because I kind of am taking the ideas of the old brand split pay-per-views from the mid to late 2000s and 2010s. So each match will have a different commentating team. So this one will be Gorilla and Jesse, obviously, on the call. And it's going to be they're just going to be nuts on the commentary.
My
what?
God.
He did it again.
That's Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant just he put one hand on the rail. He put one hand on the rail. Both feet came off the floor.
He vaulted the rail, yes.
Yeah. I've never seen Andre do that.
Exactly.
Also, since this is a street fight, so this isn't like Yellow Trunks Hogan. This is like black dyed beard Hogan with like a ripped T-shirt, right? This is like,
well, yeah, like he had some street fights in the late '80s against like Mr. Fuji's people and stuff like that. So it'd be like Bunkhouse Hogan, basically.
Hey, yo, who's the sponsor on the of the match? Glad.
Glad hefty garbage bags.
There you go.
the movie that they're plugging is Suburban Commando.
Oh, jeez.
Goodyear tire and rubber. Yeah. So
Yo, I almost vomited just now.
so I've got Andre running in, and I got him beating down Hogan, and Piper thinks, all right, this is my shot to finally get rid of him. That's it. Decides to make the cover, goes for the 1 count, goes for the 2 count, but then Piper gets cocky and he pulls Hogan off the mat. He's not done with him at this point. He's like, and then it's like, okay, well, he had the free count. What's going on? What's nuts? Like, that's nuts. Why did he not finish the print count, right? He wants to punish Hogan more because of all the turmoil and everything that he had been through since, the first WrestleMania and the whole, rock and roll meets wrestling connection thing and that stuff and whatever. So it gets to the point now where Hogan is, selling or maybe overselling, as Hogan does in these matches. That's it. And the crowd probably is booing because it's Piper from the mid 80s, which is hot. So he's just, going nuts on it. Then all of a sudden we hear all over the speakers a giant, ooh, yeah. And it's the Macho Man, Randy Savage, in Mega Powers gear, running to the ring. And he starts just attacking Roddy Piper out of nowhere. And it's like, well, what's going on? What's this run-ins and that stuff and everything? So Andre, who, of course, is just standing over in the ringside corner, that stuff.
In his black hoodie.
Attempts to jump in on Savage, but Savage is a house of fire.
His underwear.
He knocks Andre into the ring ropes. Andre does that little spot where he gets wrapped up in the ring ropes, which I guess was like his favorite spot, where he kind of bounces back and does the whole thing where he gets wrapped up in the ring ropes and whatever. So he can't move. And between that and Savage doing the classic cartoony 1980s face thing, which is running out to the commentary desk, grabs Jesse's water bottle and throws water onto Hogan, and that immediately hooks him up.
Oh God.
And we get the classic the point, and the free shots, the leg drop on Piper, and the 1-2 free count, and that's it for Piper in WWE. He's off going to movies and whatever else, and it is Hulk Hogan reigning supreme because Hogan must pose. That's what we're doing. So
okay, next.
That's one variation of what I got. But yeah, there are run. I have spots for run-ins for Andre the Giant and Macho Man Randy Savage in this thing. So.
All right, next.
The next match is
this number 6?
Number 6, yes.
How many matches do you have?
7.
All right, let's do this.
We have the WWF Intercontinental Title ladder match fatal 4-way.
Who's in it?
Bret the Hitman Hart versus the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels.
Good.
Razor Ramon
Interesting.
versus Chris Jericho.
Fascinating.
That's a good match.
And I'm taking Jericho out of 2001 for this match.
Y2J?
Fresh off of the Royal Rumble match with He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Okay.
Because that was a ladder match for the Intercontinental title.
Yep.
Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels, I'm taking from 1994. Again, fresh off of that WrestleMania 10 ladder match.
Yep.
And I'm taking 1992 Bret Hart and putting him in this match because the first ladder match in WWF history was a Coliseum video exclusive in 1992 between Bret the Hitman Hart and Shawn Michaels. Yes. Yeah. So this one, a little bit shorter. I'm going to give them about 18 minutes. And I'm going to have the Hitman just outlasting Razor Ramon for the victory on this one.
Is this, you said it's a fatal 4-way?
Yes.
No stipulation otherwise?
Well, ladder match.
Oh, it's a ladder match.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, first one to climb the ladder and grab it. That's it. I have 2 ladder matches on the card, but one's basically a hardcore ECW, tag.
And one's a bit more elegant?
Yes. Well, I'm looking. What I'm trying to do is trying to replicate the magic of the 1994 WrestleMania 10 ladder match with 2 other people that are great in ladder matches, added to it to give more of a spectacle. And then finally, we get to our main event, and this one will finish the show off. Here, we'll go. I have written down here, I'm just double checking to make sure in my head that the math works on this one. But I've got 26 minutes for the WWE Championship. This is a steel cage once and for all battle with the old school. I want the old school blue WWF steel cage for this, the gimmicky cage from the 80s and the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It is The Rock taking on Stone Cold Steve Austin with a guest referee, Mr. McMahon.
I'm sorry. Question.
Yes.
It's a cage match. Why do you need a referee?
Because he's going to be on the outside. There's a referee to open and close the door all the time in these WWF cage matches.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to get involved somehow, I imagine.
So he is going to get involved somehow, yes. Austin's going to come crawling to the door, and McMahon, obviously with his hatred of Austin, is going to slam the door on Austin's head, causing Austin to start bleeding all over the place at some point in this thing. And The Rock, I'm taking the 1999 prior to WrestleMania 15 Rock, when he was closely aligned with the corporation as well. We could even run stuff at the beginning of it and that stuff where The Rock and McMahon are joking, that they're going to screw Austin over in this contest and everything. But it's just going to be the classic Austin has to fight the odds to win the title. And he does. He eventually stuns The Rock in the middle of the ring, climbs up over top of the ring and that stuff. He's already dispatched McMahon somehow at this point, where either he, got knocked over the top or something like that, and McMahon didn't call the decision because the wrong guy came over, or some sort of chicanery along those lines. So Austin has stunned McMahon, and McMahon's writhing on the outside and that stuff. Austin drops, and right there you have one of the longtime refs of WWE, maybe like a Tim White or Earl Hebner, run down as the second official and call for the bell, and Austin's the champion walking out. Pay-per-view goes to black with Austin walking down the aisle, doing the finger salute with the 2 beers and that stuff, and you name it. So that's my Ultimate WrestleMania card right there.
Dope.
Yeah.
And a few wrestlers I noticed that neither of us, even any of us, used was Batista or Randy Orton.
Or Ultimate Warrior for that matter, too.
Well, I mean, Ultimate Warrior will walk out and go like, "Where's Sherry? She needs to get out of
Warrior sucks.
Yes.
Goldberg sucks. Batista kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Orton was also we just couldn't fit him in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I didn't know where to put him. So
the lack of women's matches on our cards too is a little interesting as well. But
I had one. I had one out, written out. I was gonna do, I thought maybe a fatal 4-way for the women's championship. I debated about it. I just went with personal feelings. So I just put Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, and versus Wendy Richter and Alundra Blaze in a fatal 4.
Yeah. All right.
But that. I mean.
Yeah.
That's cool. No,
That
my
is
whole
cool.
thing is I didn't have any women's matches because we've seen it all. Basically, I don't
Agreed,
think there's any dream match in the women's division that's
No.
like, I really wanted to see that, man, and it didn't happen. No, we've seen it all.
Mm.
And the amount of matches I left on the cutting floor, there's nothing in the women's division that would have had me put that into consideration at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It
I
just
mean,
didn't
like,
make the cut.
yeah. I mean, like, as even trying to, 1998 Vince Russo something onto this card with the women, I was like, man, it's not really,
it just
something you
don't
want to show. So, but like I said, I think the biggest women's involvement I've got is with the TLC Endgame. I want a spot between Melina and Lita, where Lita,
God.
snaps off a Hurricane Rana on Melina or something like that,
So in critiquing your card,
Yes, go ahead.
okay, just gonna give you the flash. I'm gonna give you my critiques on each one of them. So, what's the first match?
First match is Guerrero Mysterio, basically carbon copy of the WrestleMania 21.
Right. So it's a copy. We've already seen that one
with a different finish, obviously.
Also noted, you have a heel turn to open the show. You have crowd booing immediately. Also, you picked the era when, admittedly, Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero said they didn't have their best match that night.
Okay.
So
The
it's like
last bit I did not know. I thought both of them were satisfied with that match.
they both said they didn't like that match.
Okay.
Mysterio had an issue with his mask because it was a button-up,
Okay.
and it really played as kind of a factor into all of their headlocks, holds, suplexes, and other
Fair
moves.
enough. Yeah.
So anyways,
Well,
we've
for
seen
the
that one, so
for
it's
the-
kind of like a rerun.
for the end spot, it's well, don't forget you're also broadcasting to a whole new audience here too. So what is a rerun to you could be new to Xenon on the planet Zyborg or something like that.
Okay, but if that's the case,
Wherever
then
we're
why
beaming
wouldn't you
this
have
to.
picked the best version of everybody? I was like, you picked 92 Brett. I'm like, why not 96 and 97?
Because 92 Brett was the best version of the Intercontinental Champion.
But
Bret.
a better Bret Hart exists.
There is a better Bret Hart that exists, but you want to keep him for your upper echelon matches.
There is no other card. I think you booked yourself way too far into a future. Oops, sorry.
No.
You booked yourself way too far into a future, but it's like, this is the one card you get.
No, the whole idea is I'm booking for my next card because there will be people hooked at the end of this.
There is no next card. This is it. This is the dream.
We're building for the next one.
It's
here.
over, and you wake up and my dream's over.
I think
This
there's
is
something. I think there's something to be said though with the optimism that it's like I want to put a nice card that's going to lead up to an even better card because this is a dream card, but there's even a better dream
I want
card.
to hook them in. Screw this one time only stuff. I'm
Kellen's the
planning
only
long
one
term
thinking
here.
about business sense. Like I put everything on like
I thought
after
about
my,
the business.
after my monster match, like I'm like everybody's fucking injured. How many guys are going to get smashed in the chain and fucking? I have like 3 or 4 different cages in my match. In my card.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody's going to be in the back. They're like, we're too sore to work on Monday. I'll be like, what? What do you mean?
So your first match is a match we've already seen, and you have a heel turn in New York already.
All right.
Your second match, you gave a technical masterpiece, a rematch that only goes 9 minutes with Owen Hart pulling off some fuckery to further piss off the crowd. What's the match number 3?
Match number 3 was TLC Endgame.
You put Eminem in the match?
Yeah. Because,
No.
like I said, no. I'll defend this till I'm blue in the face.
I'm going to tell you right now.
They were better suited to the early 2000s era of tag team wrestling than what they had. They just came along at too later of a time. That's all. If they would have came along in 01 and 02.
The Hardys are future Hall of Famers.
Yes,
The Dudleys are Hall of Famers.
they are. Yeah,
Edge already is a Hall of Famer, as
Yeah.
is Christian.
so they're both Hall of Famers. Yeah.
They're all Hall of Famers except for Eminem.
Well, you watch over the next couple of years. Morrison's
When
getting
is
in the Hall of
Morrison ever
Fame.
going to get put in the Hall of Fame? Are
He's
you
going to
fucking
be put in the Hall of Fame.
Are you
watch.
fucking kidding me?
You
He's
watch.
Dolph Ziggler with longer hair.
Morrison's going into the Hall
Also,
of Fame.
if you're going to
No,
put
he's
Morrison,
not.
Just is.
I understand Morrison going into the match though. Here's the thing, but I wouldn't put Eminem in there. I would almost go with Morrison and Miz. I think that would have been a
Yes, that would have been better than Eminem. That was actually a better tag team for some reaon.
I don't know. I like the arrogant paparazzi or the arrogant celebs too hot for you, almost influencer type gimmick that they had back then. That
It was tacky
before
then.
Venus.
Nobody liked it. It drew no money, and they are nowhere near in that league of the other competitors for that TLC, man.
You know what? I'm changing my main event to be Heidenreich versus Mordecai.
with Jesse Ventura on the call.
Oh my
This is
god!
the biggest piece of shit match I've ever seen. Who let this happen? Why is angry Mike Holmes fighting a deranged colonel from Kentucky Fried Chicken? I don't understand.
Oh,
You look like
jeez.
Mike Holmes. When he first came out, I was like Heidenreich. I was like, is that Mike Holmes? Like Holmes on Holmes?
Oh man. Okay, what was your next match?
Cena wins lull.
Sorry,
Cena wins lull over Punk.
Cena booed the fuck out the building.
Well, like I said, I'm booking that for crowd reaction. So
We've got so many boos to open this show. I would have been at home pissed. Next,
well,
what was your next one?
no, not really. Edge and Christian are winning the tag titles in their faces. So,
What was the next one?
the street fight loser leaves WWF. Piper and Hogan.
Man, you overbooked the shit out of that one, my boy. That was way too much.
I love the run-in by Andre. Just the most unstealthy person.
Oh my
Because
god,
he's
yeah.
7'4". That's what kills me too when I think back on it. Even if you could
Yeah.
get him in a big baggy hoodie or his own hoodie pull up, he's 7'4". He's 800 pounds. He's like walking around like, oh no, notice me. And everybody's like, where's Andre the Giant? He's like, he would be crouching, he'd be on 4 chairs, like sitting like, oh, no one knows it's me. And like, you should have just had to put on like the bike helmet, like Edge at ECW One Night Stand.
Yeah.
What bike helmet's gonna fit him?
Exactly, but everybody should look like a space man.
Well,
But I like how in my mind, I just see huge Andre doing like a graceful, like both foot over the rail at the same time, like, just like hops over, jumps in there, just takes it off, and he's like, "It's me!" And everybody's like, "Yeah, we know it was you,
We
Andre."
know.
so maybe I should flip flop it and have Macho do the run in because we all have seen how Macho runs.
I love Macho doing a run in. Maybe I would have had Andre absolutely could come in, but I mean, if you have the Giant, I don't want stealthy Andre. I want Andre. I don't need League of Shadows Andre. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to sneak. I just want to see Andre trying to sneak. Just like, oh, nobody sees me.
Screw it. I want to see it happen too. I'm keeping it as it is. Andre's
I just
running it.
imagine him
I also want to see it happen
like
on the
being a
live
transformer. He is the table of the commentary team. And he just gets up out of it.
It's Andre. My God, he was the table the whole time. I'm so surprised. I had no idea that I've been sitting on Andre all night. I thought it would be great. Like Macho Man.
Oh my god!
Macho Man jumps over the rail, hood off, does the run in.
Yeah.
Have Andre just walk out.
Yeah.
Have that because that's like the doors open. There's King Kong. It's like all of a sudden the ramp, and then here comes Andre just walking the power step down the ramp.
Exactly.
That's the presence. There's the moment everybody stops and goes, "Oh, that's fucking Andre the Giant."
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
That's
the boss. What's happening? Okay.
Yeah, and then
right.
looks at
Hogan. I can switch that around. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Ninja Andre ain't doing it for me.
Andre from the ceiling on the rope, like Shawn Michaels.
Like Sting.
500 pounds just dropping right in.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, it's Andre! Just Andre's like he's holding onto this wire, slowly like shimmying him down. He's just kind of doing this. I was just going down. They're like, it's
scared.
He's doing like the Lady Gaga from the Super Bowl. He's kind of like coming down with his arms and his legs.
Bro, I can't laugh anymore. My head hurts.
All right, you have two more matches to poke holes in. Go ahead.
You don't have if you're gonna have Macho run in to help Hogan take out Andre, you need Ultimate Warrior as well because Macho's too small.
Is he?
He's too small.
I mean, there's validity in that, yeah.
And also, how do you have a run-in like with all these people? You don't have Jimmy Snuka come in on Roddy Piper?
Jimmy Snuka on the show in a match against Chris Benoit.
Oh, fucking hell.
I tried not to book Snuka nor Benoit for those reasons alone, just not involving.
I thought Snuka was never mind, but
I mean, when you viciously murder people, I think that's grounds for at least not getting booked on this thing. So,
yeah, he died before it was found out. I don't know.
Okay, whatever. Yeah. anything
Okay.
else you want to, or no?
What's your next two?
Oh, okay. Well, the Intercontinental title ladder, fatal 4-way, Bret Hart, HBK, Jericho, and Ramon.
I love
Okay,
this.
cool.
Match. It's a good match.
Cool.
That's
a good match. Yeah.
Yep.
And then the WWE Steel Cage Once and for All, Rock, Austin with McMahon as a guest ref.
Yo, I can't believe that you omitted Undertaker from this card.
I couldn't either. Yeah, I couldn't either. But then I looked at this and I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot.
No
let it out there and see what happens.
You didn't put Triple H on here either.
No Triple H. No.
I wanted to take Triple H off my card and I couldn't.
I just think, I mean, my opinion, and again, maybe it's from when I was watching wrestling. I think, I mean, I guess like I'm biased because like he was the number one guy on TV that was the heel. I think he's probably the best heel ever.
Yeah,
debatable.
Who, Triple H?
Just his character. I'm not maybe necessarily maybe his in-ring work, but I mean, like as a character, like I hated Triple H. I hated when he beat Goldberg at the SummerSlam with the Elimination Chamber of Evolution, and the Flair gave him the sledgehammer. I was so fucking mad. I was so pissed when, and I mean, he who must not be named.
I was pissed
when he made him tap out at WrestleMania 20. I came out of my shoes, and when we were at the Backlash when he lost again, we were just like, yeah. Mind you, one of the funniest things happened at that pay-per-view because we were with my one buddy Alex, who's like a big Triple H fan. And as he was coming down, everybody around us was booing. And for whatever reason, because we were kind of close to the rail, my friend was like, he just snapped and just went with the crowd. He peer pressured, and he just like, yeah, screw you, Triple H. And like Triple H like looked over at us, and it was just like, your hero hates you now. Like, I don't know. You don't think? I mean, I can see an argument for somebody else being a better heel. I mean, Rock heel was great. You know, even Hogan heel had great moments, and
Austin heel
was terrific. Nobody saw that coming.
Edge heel,
like Orton heel in 2009. But I don't know. Like I think Triple H heel. I mean, now that because he is such an authority figure, like I think he's up. I mean, maybe the greatest heel of all time is McMahon.
Yes,
because
actually,
yes, and that's what I'm banking on in this main event. I want the classic McMahon Stone Cold banter. I want, basically everything that made that rivalry so hot in 98 and 99. Because to me, that feels like that's the best heel face program WWE has ever created. Is Austin McMahon.
Austin, yeah.
I do feel though that you didn't quite go into like dream mix-up matches. Like me and Craig both had like a Sting Undertaker.
Yeah.
Two guys from two different companies with similar gimmicks that never really got to tangle.
That's right.
Like, that's a dream match.
Yeah.
A lot of yours were like run it backs.
Yeah. Well, with slight tweaks, but yes.
But I think Kellen's card is good though, is because he's doing a lot of these run it back matches, but he's all putting them on the same card. Like you can put Rock and Austin from WrestleMania 19 with that ladder match. With Michaels and Ramon, if those were on the same card. So I think that's still a good dream card option.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I see what you mean. It's kind of like making a best of.
Yes. Yeah. There's different. That's why when you guys were saying your card, I was like, oh, good. They didn't go that route. No. Because, and that's how you guys got kind of a similar-esque card. Like, it is freaky how some of your matches TL can fit basically as like the go home Monday Night Raw to Fraser's card, and or vice versa. You know,
and I a lot of similar names in ours, which is crazy.
Yeah,
and I almost put Bret Hart out of that main event of mine to just have it Punk Austin, just because I would have loved to have seen. I just think like the weeks leading up to that pay-per-view, like the promo work, just imagine.
Oh God.
It's like you could just see CM Punk just being like, I've had to sit here in this company and watch some alcoholic asshole from Texas be the number one face when I'm in the back, shot after shot after shot, going to him, this jerk off that thinks he's better than me. And I'm like, well, kid, You're up here and you're pissing me off. Just like, I'm gonna smack those. It's kind of a Triple H diss that he says. I'm gonna smack those stupid tattoos right off your body. I'm gonna drink a beer, and you're gonna like it. Straight edge. You're just a straight asshole, and that's the bottom line. And go ahead, Steve. Go ahead. Tell these people what. You're an idiot. That's what.
Yeah.
But just like. I think it would have been great programming.
I think you could have actually done it as Stone Cold versus CM Punk special guest referee Bret Hart.
Oh, so Bret would have to pick between basically a disciple of his and Punk.
Not just that. It's a matter of, do I call this down the middle, or do I kind of know
and a rival of his in Austin, right?
Yeah. Plus, knowing that CM Punk might pull some shit.
Yes.
Like, how far do I call this down the middle before I have to veer off one way or the other?
Yeah.
That leads to, I mean, on one hand, it's like I'm putting Bret Hart on my card and he's a referee in my card. But I mean, like the promo as well of like Austin going up to Bret and being like, all right, listen, Hart, I know you don't like me and you better call this thing down the middle because if you don't, I'm going to whoop your ass. Right? Just that threat. And then Bret Hart's just like, you better be concerned, Steve, that when you go into that ring, you just do it by the book because that's what I'll be doing, making sure that you don't screw or yourself. I don't know. Like, Bret, I'm
Bret
going
doesn't screw Bret.
Some kind of great promo work. I don't know. I think there could have been some great program about that. Yeah. I honestly, like, when I was preparing this, like I watched that 40-minute cut, super cut on YouTube of the Punk MJF feud from AEW.
Yes. Oh, that one that the guy put together. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And it's like I was watching that and I was like, that's what makes a good match, really. Mm-hmm. I mean, like by the time those two guys are actually in the ring, people are already like, it's like you guys could almost, this could be a squash, but you've put butts in the seats. That's the box office.
It was almost at the end there. Like, I mean, there's a quick comment about that match, in my opinion, and I might be in a minority of it and that stuff, is that it's unfortunate that Tony bought Ring of Honor that week going into that pay-per-view, because to me, the nods to Ring of Honor in Punk's entrance, him using the old AFI music and that stuff and everything, almost ruined the entire build, in my opinion. Because it was almost as if the focus was, off of the dog collar stipulation, that stuff, to, oh my God, Punk's got his old gimmick back.
No, I didn't see it like that at all.
See, when I was watching
like I said, I might be in a minority with that, but that's I kind of looked at it.
Like, I didn't watch that at all on TV or the pay-per-view or anything, but I watched the supercut, and from what I saw, I thought that was CM Punk playing mind games with MJF.
Yep.
Yeah, which it was conveyed as such.
That's something like this whole time you're trying to prove that you're not that boy from Long Island, but it's like when I hit this music and I walk out like this, I'm just looking at the little boy that was my fan.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just like, ooh,
yeah,
that's icy. That's ice cold. That's literally like me. Like if I was like a WWE wrestler and I get into the ring and like the Undertaker's music hits, like I would be like, oh fuck, I want to cheer for him so bad, but like,
you're just, then all of a sudden you just start doing all the cheap heel stuff from like the 1980s, just trying to pick on kissing.
But also, MJF is trying to get into CM Punk's head by doing old CM Punk stuff. But CM Punk saying like, you can't do me better than me. So what's going to happen when I turn back into me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I didn't see it as like him just doing his ROH, getting back his character thing. No, like it made sense with the story.
Yeah. All right.
The best you can do me ever is still Jay Lethal doing the Ric Flair. You whitest guys, you can't do me. You can't do me. Throws the shoe.
Woo, woo, woo.
You didn't have Ric Flair in yours either.
No, I did not.
Oh yeah,
Kellen has no evolution.
Mystery.
No members of Evolution or the Shield appear on Nitro's card.
No. Which is rough because yes, I am a Seth Rollins fan. So it's like
and a Triple H fan.
Well,
that's
maybe not so much Triple. I like I said, I dig DX from 06 a little bit, and that's so I like that, I guess, version of Triple H when he's just a jokey jackass. That's about it. But
I almost went Shield versus the three main NWO.
Oh,
Hogan.
I think
Hall,
it's a bit overmatched though.
Yeah, but I mean, the three of them together, maybe it's like they all do the Reforge. Like maybe it's Moxley, Bloodline, and the Architect or whatever he's going by now.
Yeah,
maybe I don't know, but
what can
those
you do?
Those are the cards.
Those are the cards. Yes, exactly.
Do we rate each other's cards? What are we doing?
We could rate each other's cards out of 10, but for shits and giggles, but our votes ultimately don't matter. It's going out to the voters. That's it, the people. So what I will do is I will get this set up over the next couple of days or so, and then the votes will be open for a full week on my Twitter at Kellen Nitro. Just go up to the pinned tweet on my Twitter account if you're watching this, a couple days after the fact and that stuff, and you can vote on whose card you'd pay, ducats to see, or whose card you'd think should be, blasted onto a DVD and sent to Mars or something like that for the Martians to watch or whatever, So I guess it's the last chance for everybody to campaign their cards right here.
But my whole thing was with your card, man, you're building up to another card. I'm like, I want to see that one. Show me that one.
Well, I gotta rope everybody in.
Not the lead up.
It still will be, probably one of the biggest things to hit New York City in a long, long time. So check it out.
I don't live in New York City.
Yeah, but it's this exuberance of New York City, and the extravagance of Madison Square Garden.
And with my card, it's in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
80,000, or I forget how many it holds, 100,000 in the Rose Bowl in attendance. And it is a twists and turns. There's some heel wins. There's some face wins at the end. But nobody will come out of this with their character gimmick looking like a punk.
Let the record show that TL took his time that he could have been using to finally do a final promotion of his card to attack my card.
Wait, what? I don't
Classic
understand what you just said.
Move.
I don't understand what you just said. What?
Yeah, the whole point of this segment was to promote your own card one last time, and that stuff, and you took that time to attack my card one last time, and then Craig started promoting his card.
Well, what I'm going to do is Paul Heyman this and just say that my card speaks for itself.
You don't have Stealthy Andre the Giant, and that's why you lose.
You don't know who's going to show up on my card.
He's under the ring and he can't come out.
That's Andre under the ring. I think Andre's stuck. I don't think he can get from out of the ring. He goes, help. Oh, I'm under here. Get the hand out. Andre.
They have to use his cable that he rappelled out to the ring with to lift that part of the apron up so he can get out.
McMahon's losing it in the back on fucking Gorilla. Just, what the fuck? Put this on here. Who is this? What is going on?
He runs out. He blows both his quads.
Yeah. Which is bad because I need him for the main event.
Oh, I got one last one for you.
Oh, okay.
This is one last one off the top of the dome. All of you.
Okay.
One dark match that's just for you.
Okay.
Go ahead. One dark match is just for you. Something you may have put it in the cutting room floor that you just want to resurrect and put it as a dark match.
Doink versus Jerry the King Lawler, just because I know it'll send TL to the moon.
Well, speaking of moon and people from out there that you're going to apparently send this to via direct TV or whatever. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. For real? For real, though? For real?
Yeah, for real.
For real?
You want me to start it off? Because I got it.
Go for it.
My dark match, the one that's just for me, is Umaga versus Samoa Joe.
Yo.
That
Okay.
was just for me. Two Samoans that have never got to tangle, about the same size. Go for it.
It's going to be two big meaty men just basically slapping island meat, basically. You get your peppered
Two big
chicken
meaty
out of
island
that.
man slap meat.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Man.
Dark match for me. Rick Martel versus AJ Styles.
Yo.
Interesting.
Okay.
That made me sit up a bit. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Damn.
How they like them apples?
So is Martel, however, is Martel doing a model gimmick, or is he still fresh out of Strikeforce Martel?
Let's go Strikeforce Martel.
See,
No, maybe model.
Yeah.
Maybe model.
Yeah, you just definitely go
because
model with that.
Yeah, because he's doing heel model, and then AJ's gonna do face.
It's the face, yeah.
You could do the other one I thought of was AJ versus Brian Pillman.
That could be fun.
But
That could be fun. But you'd obviously want Pillman before the Humvee wreck, right? So
yeah.
Well, if you have the lunatic Brian Pillman, he could have gone up against Dean Ambrose.
I was gonna say Pillman versus Moxley, but those are almost too similar. It's like the same guy. It'd be like Raven versus Moxley, maybe.
same guy, they're from the same hometown too.
Yeah.
So Battle of Cincinnati there.
I'm gonna go with Martel versus AJ Styles.
AJ.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
Wow.
Interesting. I didn't have AJ Styles in my card.
Man.
I couldn't.
Screw it. You know what? Dark match. I'm sorry, Martel. It's AJ Styles versus Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, what a match!
Yes, there you go. That'd be all right.
I just thought of that. Sorry,
Very
I know
good.
I just switched it like 8 times, but yeah, that'll stick to that one.
That'd be a good
AJ versus
sell.
Eddie.
What a match!
That would sell. Definitely sell some pay-per-views for sure. For sure. Who gets the win in that?
Ooh, I'd say Eddie.
I was gonna say Eddie.
Eddie lie, cheats, and steals his way to the win.
He just steals, yeah. And I think, and you know what? That one is because it's a dark match. That one sets up for a feud on the next pay per view where it's for something else, and maybe it's a triple threat because Angle won the United States title. The next pay per view is a triple threat between AJ Styles, Eddie Guerrero, and Kurt Angle.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay.
There you go.
Man. So many names going around my head for that spot. It's just I think because the whole nature of that is a match that can't be on the pay-per-view, obviously, but it still is kind of your show opener type.
No. I'm just saying the dark match is something just for you. Just something that you want to see just for yourself. Dark before this whole thing starts. You're the booker of this whole thing.
Yeah.
You got one match just for you.
You're gonna send them all out? Jeez. Okay.
Well, I mean, like I said, with mine was Samoa Joe and Umaga.
Yeah.
It's the size similarity, it's the Samoan background, it's the fact that they can both go, they're gonna kill each other. Someone's gonna lose an eye in that one.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like I wish I could have seen that in my lifetime.
Exactly.
That was just for me. So something like that.
Yeah. See, I got several names just kind of floating in the abyss there. With
you did leave a few names off, so you got some choices.
I got some definite choices for sure. I mean, I didn't use anything Mick Foley was or is. I didn't, so I might throw him in there in one of the personas that he has.
Kellen, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Is there a dream match of yours that can never be seen, can never be done for whatever circumstance that you wanted to see? Because I think that's one of the matches that was missing from your entire card.
Yeah.
What is a dream match of yours that you would like to see?
Yeah.
Even if it is Sting and Undertaker.
Yeah. Even if it would be just along those lines and that stuff, I think it would be cool to take, Cactus Jack from the 1997-1998 WWE, and again, it violates the rule, but throw him in there with Bruiser Brody.
You know what? I'll allow that. Let's allow that. Allow that.
I want full All Japan Bruiser Brody in that, if that's the case, because I want the dude that when he makes the entrance, he's going through the crowd, swinging the chain, murdering small Japanese children, stuff like that, Just the most intimidating dude ever. And you could even have it as, hey, Cactus Jack has an open challenge for tonight. Who is it going to be? And all of a sudden, Brody comes out with Immigrant Song playing and that stuff. And the crowd just, what?
I will allow that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I was thinking of like Cactus Jack versus like Moxley, but I think Bruiser Brody would be like
Brody and Jack would be just insane.
And be crazy.
Could you imagine the bumps Mick would take for Brody? Would be just insane. It would just be dude that just would be like, the Nestea plunge off of the stage onto the concrete or something like that.
Brody would use him as a wrecking ball, and Mankind would have said, okay.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
Or honestly, you know what? How about this? I mean, you kind of had him in your Ty had that match, but street fight, Cactus Jack versus Brock Lesnar.
Oh, okay.
Because Brock Lesnar in like the cowboy hat shit, like I'm an angry I'm an angry far boy in a bar fight, but it's like, oh, I'm Cactus Jack. I'm gonna smash this bat with barbed wire into my face, and you don't scare me. Bang bang. I think that would have been wild because you have a guy that's literally like, I'm gonna throw you through everything I could possibly imagine, and Cactus Jack's just gonna smile with no teeth and be like, "That's fine by me."
Yeah,
and you're just like, this could be
that
solid.
makes it interesting to make me think, what if it was Bruiser Brody versus Brock Lesnar?
Yo.
What if you had the two bullies go at it?
Mm-hmm. Who could out-bully the bully?
Yeah.
I mean, that's always been the fight you want to see on the schoolyard, is if you have, the two bullies in the school. Yeah. And if they're not friends, if they hate each other, then let them go at it.
So that might be
I did actually witness that when I was in school. There were two guys. They were older than me. When I was in grade 9, so I was because our high school was 9 to 12. So I was in grade 9, and there was two guys that were, I wouldn't say they're bullies, but like they were like seen as like one guy was like the athlete kind of tough, and the other guy was like street fighter kind of tough. He already had tattoos and stuff, and they got into it, and the tattoo guy got his ass kicked. but I mean, like he was the guy that was kind of more of like the dick.
Yeah.
And so like it was kind of like, I remember when that happened though, but like the school stopped. Like even like a couple of teachers were like, I want to see how this kind of
yeah. Like, hold up, wait a minute.
So
I was
that was interesting.
Something like that happened in junior high, but they were so for that I seen, but they were like oil and water all throughout like my grade 9 year and that stuff, that we seen it like about 6 or 7 times. And by time number 8 happened, it was like, oh, they're fighting again. Okay, whatever. It got boring after a while.
But that first time.
The first 3 times were phenomenal. Yeah, absolutely.
The trilogy was just fine. They could have left it there.
Yeah, they should have left it at that. When we get into time number 8 and it's May already for the year, it's like, okay, whatever. So, all right. Well, there we go. Those are our dream cards, like I said. Now, the next step for everybody to go to will be over the next little bit, starting, I hope, tomorrow, which would be Sunday, May 7th, if you're watching this on the video on demand. If not, just watch my Twitter, which is @KellenNitro, and you can vote on my Twitter all week on whose card will reign supreme again, whether it's TL's, mine, or Mr. Frazier's as well. I will be reproducing these cards as they were presented tonight on graphics, so people can see what everybody's got booked. So the bushwhacker. Yeah, no bushwhackers. Come on, somebody had to.
God damn it!
Who the hell put the bushwhackers on their dream team?
Tag Team Turmoil, they're in there.
Oh, fucking hell.
Screw it. The opener, the dark match opener I want to see is Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie versus the Bushwhackers.
Oh, fucking really? Cactus Jack and Terry Funk versus the Bushwhackers?
Bushwhackers, yes. In a hardcore war.
It's awesome.
Just because I want to see somebody get their leg hacked off with that chainsaw for real or something. That would be the freak out spot of the night. Just oh my god!
I want to see all the little person wrestlers that were impersonating Doink the Clown and Jerry the King Lawler versus New Jack.
Because
at some point, somebody's actually going to say, "Turn off the damn match." Damn match. This is brutality.
What's going to happen is they're just going to start running around the ring. It'll look like, the neutrons in a microwave or something like that, going back and forth. Just these little things, as they try to run out and win.
I think this is the first time I'm going to say this, but I'm glad New Jack never made it to WWE just for this. So we can't use him in our team.
New Jack versus Mike Tyson.
In a boxing match, or what are we talking?
A boxing wrestling hybrid match.
He's going MMA before MMA was cool, yes.
And it's modern day Mike Tyson.
Modern day Mike Tyson, yes.
50 years old.
It's the hangover Mike Tyson.
I'll go and motorize him.
And is New Jack allowed weapons?
Yes, he has.
For God's sakes!
It's his full gimmick.
With special guest referee is that 17-year-old he almost killed.
Oh my God! Mass transit.
Mass transit.
Mass transit.
Is special guest referee.
Man.
So Mike Tyson come at me. He tried to bite my ear. So I just took his scissors and stabbed him in his nose. And I was cranking that motherfucker. Just cranking it.
Thanks, New Jack.
Paul Heyman on commentary just screaming, "This is extreme," over and over again. This is the only violence you see in ECW.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. So there we go.
There we go. Yes, indeedy, for sure. All right. It's socials time. Craig, where can they find you on the Twitters?
At Craig P. Fraser on Twitter, as well as check out the new episode coming out soon of my other podcast, The Not So Secret Diary.
And those are where? Everywhere podcasts are, basically?
Everywhere podcasts are. You can get us on Spotify, and you can get us on Apple Podcasts, as well as on Anchor.
Excellent. I am going to check that out because I've heard good things about that. I'm actually going to write that down. The Not So Secret Diary. Okay.
And to old people, when we say anywhere podcasts are found, that is not the name of a website. We are telling you anywhere that a podcast can be found, y'all can find it.
Exactly. Yeah. Except this one, but that's just because I'm fighting with RSS issues right now. That's it. Apparently you have to submit into Apple a whole bunch of bullshit and everything. And so I'm working on that. Right now you can find the audio version of this podcast on SoundCloud. So there's a SoundCloud link for the channel. It's in every single video. So just go below, find a SoundCloud link, and I'll click over, and there's download options for you. You can stream it right on SoundCloud, the whole 9 yards. So, which is great. TL, where can they find you?
At TMLOUTAN. I always want to smoke, so bring it on Twitter.
Give him the smoke on his card. Give him the smoke on his card tonight, too.
Oh, yeah, because you know.
Give both of these guys the smoke on their cards.
I know it. Everybody at the back knows it. This whole fucking company knows it. My card was the best card there is, was, and ever will be. If you don't like it, tough shit.
Please don't be mean to me. I don't like it. Only nice comments, please. Or maybe I want the smoke as well, because I have recently discovered that I've found a recipe for a protein soup called Ventura's Victory Soup. It gives you everything you need to become a champion and as stealthy as Andre the Giant.
And that's stealthy. That is super
stealthy.
What do you think of the stealthiness of Andre the Giant, Alex Jones?
I didn't see him coming in, and he pissed me off.
I didn't see him coming.
This is exactly what happens when Obama gets an 8th term. Is Andre the Giant comes sneaking into the room, into the wrestling ring. Excuse me, folks. I'm pissed. I'm sorry. But Sandy Hook was a false flag, and
Oh,
Andre the Giant.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Alex,
You know what? You know what
Calm
the crazy
down.
part
Alex.
is? What the crazy part is, I was thinking you were going to do that. And then you did it, but I actually thought you were going to do a Benoit thing.
Ooh.
Daniel, don't do it. He's not dead.
Chris Benoit worked in the CIA. I have sources.
He was an exchange between CSIS and the CIA.
You're gonna tell me that you don't think the CIA has secret agents in the WWF? You're gonna tell me that? You're gonna look at me in the straight face.
Follow the money. No, that's Ventura. Never mind.
That is Ventura.
That is Ventura. Follow the money.
I never said that.
I
You
never
tell me what I said.
You told me what I said.
That's not what I said. You're impersonating me.
So I haven't seen this yet, and I'll get to my social fig and we'll cut this off right after. But I haven't seen this yet. But apparently, Jesse Ventura recently made an appearance at a Comic-Con of all places and did a Q&A about, I guess, his WWF run. If I find a video,
really?
I'll send it to you guys. I can't fathom him talking about the WWF days anymore. That stuff, not with the amount of conspiracy stuff he's done and everything. It blows my mind that he's speaking at basically the wrestling panel at a comic.
I never spoke there.
Yeah,
I wasn't there. That was a body double. His name is Mark Canyon. He's my body double, and I send him there because talking about the WWF, which was formerly the World Wrestling Federation, is absolutely despicable to me because I'm still in the Baja.
Yes.
the Baja. The Baja.
The Baja.
The
I
Baja.
was down in the Baja. I was never at
I
Comic-Con.
have a giant 50,000 liter sterilization plant that I urinate into to make my own drinking water from my pee. And then after that, I use that water to make Ventura's victory soup, which is a hearty way to get your proteins. And you tell me that you can't get your nutrients from your urine. What happens when you're in the desert slick and you're off on your own and you have no water? You tell me you're not going to kick your legs over your head and piss into your mouth? I think so. You tell
That's
me
what we had to do back in Da Nang.
Dang
You
it.
tell me what would work.
I was a Navy SEAL.
I was a Navy SEAL. I trained with Navy SEALs who are giant aquatic mammals that swim called seals, sea lions. And I was a Navy SEAL.
Wore a Navy suit.
I never said that.
I never said that. You tell me what I said.
It's crazy. I also saw that Theo Vaughn is coming to town as part of that comedy festival thing that they have, I guess.
I don't have an impression of him.
Yeah.
Just sounds Stone and Southern all the time.
Basically.
That's your bond. Yeah.
Yo, I heard Bill Burr was coming here for something.
Yeah. It's he's on the same bill. It's Theo Vaughn and Bill Burr.
Angry and from Boston. I mean, I don't get it.
So we could listen to Craig do impressions all day, or we could just end the stream off. So
End the stream. Put me out of my misery.
Add Kella Nitro is what you need to know. Within the next 24 hours or so, I should have everybody's cards up. Watch that space for a tweet and everything. And we'll go for a full week. And then we will talk the next time here. We'll reveal the results of whose cuisine reigns supreme, whose card was indeed the superest of the super cards. And yes, it will be fun because it's viewer involvement. So there we go. So folks, thank you very much again for joining us today here on Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited. We will see you next time here on the channel. Happy real wrestling watching. And the next time we get these guys together will be another classic wrestling pay-per-view thing. I think it's my turn this time, so I got to pick something. So, all right. Later.